Now another in our continuing reports on the opioid crisis. Tonight, correspondent Molly Line on how treating the scene of the overdose might help prevent another one.
He just loved being outside. He loved singing really loud.
Dakota Kilburn was just 23 years old when a dose of heroin claimed his life.
He says, till you do it, you'll never understand. It gets you and it holds on to you, and all you want to do is want it.
The young father was found unresponsive in his parents' Manchester, Vermont home on November 18, 2015.
He just enjoyed life. He really did. Till things happened.
Police, intent on finding Dakota's supplier, followed the clues to neighboring New Hampshire, where two men were charged under a statute that aims to hold those who sell drugs with a, quote, death resulting, responsible for the loss of life. 25-year-old Francis Maley, a childhood friend, was sentenced to a year in prison. 27-year-old Daniel Fogg, who sold Maley the fatal drug, got 6.5 to 14 years.
They are literally selling poison, killing people with that poison. And for them, they need to face a punishment.
The previously little-used charge carries up to life in prison. It's being used more in New Hampshire, as the state is among the hardest hit by the nationwide opioid crisis.
We were dealing with, just an influx of overdoses, overdose deaths.
Special Agent John DeLina of the Drug Enforcement Administration teamed with the Attorney General's office and law enforcement across the state to launch a collaborative program that trains officers and prosecutors to treat overdoses as crime scenes.
The syringe has become the murder weapon.
A strike force was created to respond 24 hours a day.
But the homicide detective maybe looks at things a little differently and slows things down and maybe would observe things at the crime scene different than we would.
A database helps to connect the dots. The approach has led to roughly a dozen death-resulting prosecutions, but critics say
that's going to land up saving absolutely no lives and result in millions or tens of millions of dollars being spent on locking up drug dealers who will simply be replaced by other drug dealers.
But New Hampshire's program is gaining nationwide attention from prosecutors, emerging as a model for other states.
That we've seen the abilities that we now have to investigate and hold people accountable are tremendous.
This grieving father wants dealers to know they will face consequences.
Too many of them are let go way too easily or with that slap on the wrist.
Investigators say they've heard through cases they're working that traffickers are keenly aware of the efforts here and are trying to avoid coming to the Granite State. Brett?
Molly Line in New Hampshire. Molly, thank you.